Another Brick fan here, and these are the Star Wars giveaways for the May the 4th promotion in 2023. In 2023, we had 3 promotional items, the first being this X-Wing Polybag, which I did a full review of. I'll leave a link up here on the screen. Then we had the Death Star. This is the Death Star 2 in a micro scale. And then we have this collectible coin here in this display. So you had to spend $150 to get all 3 of these. And you could have gotten these at a Lego brand store or on Lego Shop at Home. Let's take a quick look at each of these individually. Starting with the smallest one, we have this X-Wing Polybag. This is a very good representation, and this is obviously of Luke Skywalker's X-Wing, or Red 5. Perhaps Red Leader at this point. But you have here his X-Wing in the red and white color scheme. I like the use of the silver stud here for the astromech droid, and that is Luke's X-Wing. That is definitely R2-D2. I like how they used a bunch of these lightsaber hilts as the clip pieces and things like that for the X-Wing itself. I think it turned out really nicely, especially in this small scale. Next up, let's take a look at this coin or display kit that we have here. So this looks like a plan for the Death Star here in this kind of blue coloring. Now the box comes with this little element here which tells you this is how you display it. But underneath the blue here, so the blue has the Death Star kind of outline on it, but then the coin itself is underneath there. And you can see the coin is also kind of sculpted here as that partially completed Death Star, the Death Star 2. On the back, it has the Lego Star Wars emblem and then a bunch of trademark, copyright type stuff. The case that it comes in is fairly durable. It's just a cardboard case that goes on top here, and then the kind of blue filter goes over the top there, so you can kind of see the coin sitting there in the background. Overall, I think it turned out pretty nicely, and it does give you that translucent effect, which looks pretty good in the light. Our final piece is the Death Star 2, and as you can see, it's got the 40th anniversary brick down here, which is quite nice. That has come on several sets, and then it is on a little pin or swivel here, so that depending on how you want to position your Death Star, the 40th anniversary tile can sit in the front, which is nice. Now, of course, the Death Star is kind of half completed and half unfinished. So you see all this various greebling here from the building of the Death Star. Just lots of different pieces here to represent the unfinished sections. Always difficult to get a round effect with Lego because it's bricks, but I think they did a good job with these angled pieces and helping those build around here. I thought the laser here from the Death Star turned out quite nicely. It does have this plant piece, which I thought was clever to create the multiple beam effect here, but it would have been nice if that was done in the same trans green as the bar piece here that's used for the main laser that's going out. Overall, though, I think it has a really nice effect and certainly looks good as a miniature Death Star. And I really like the way they built the logo so that you could display this really from any angle that you wanted to. So very nice gift with purchase. I believe this set has 289 pieces, which is a good deal. I think this was you had to hit the $150 threshold to get this one. And then I think it was like $40 to get the polybag and maybe $50 or $60, and then about $100 to get the coin. But as I said, if you spent $150 on the May the 4th weekend, you got all 3. Overall, I think these are good gifts for May the 4th in 2023. I especially like this Death Star. I thought it was a very good build. I think it's a very good display model. This coin is interesting and a nice collectible, but not something I probably keep on display for very long. It's probably just going to go in storage. And then I'm a big fan of polybags. As you watched my channel for any period of time, you see I review a lot of polybags, and this is a very good one. And as I mentioned, I did do a full review on that, so if you want to see more details on that, take a look at that video. $150 is a high threshold, but of course, a lot of the bigger Star Wars sets are expensive, so it wasn't too difficult to get the $150 threshold on May the 4th weekend. Hope you've enjoyed my thoughts on these sets. I'm going to get started on my next video. And until then, happy building. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to see more of my content. I've left a link to my Star Wars review playlist up here on the screen.